Hi, my name is Yuval Oliver, and thank you for considering me for SDSU's Doctor of Physical Therapy program. So, main reasons why I would love to attend your program. For one, the weather, amazing. But on a more serious note, the community service engagement and research aspects that I found online really had me intrigued. So with the community service, I went. First thing I kind of picked my eye was the Challenge Athletes Foundation. Having always been an athlete and physically active myself, that's something on that I'm invested in that sort of like more obvious level. But then also having worked at McGee Rehabilitation back in Philly, we would see a lot of spinal cord injury patients, and so there was one patient in particular I knew who was a big runner prior to her injury. Then she suffered like an L4 HA spinal cord injury, and despite that setback, this still decided to train for a 10-mile race that she had done the previous year, and to like everyone's absolute like amazement, like only slowed down by like 2 minutes in that whole race, and so that story like inspired me just to stay with it despite like her setback. In terms of research, so that's not something that really interested me too much back in the undergraduate level, but it's something that definitely caught my eye when I was looking through SDSU's program. And just right off the bat, Dr. Rao's running injury prevention lab. Like I have a bit of a personal fondness for like biomechanics, something I just kind of like see in my like every day and like working with athletes at the gym. I'm interested to see in how like 3D movement is analyzed, how it's mapped and investigated, what kind of data you can extrapolate from that. In addition, I don't really know too much about female athlete triad, and that's something I would like to change. And I think just getting involved in the research and getting like and just starting with those questions that yet to be answered would be a great place for that. Dr. Rosenthal's lab has a big emphasis on posterior kinetic chain. As a CrossFit coach, we're preached that like constantly about like the importance of posterior kinetic chain, and that's something I kind of see a lot of CrossFitters struggle with, because I suspect a lot of movements I see in CrossFit are very like anterior chain dominant, and that's like something I would like to investigate a little bit more, as well as I'm interested in the role of like how hamstrings play into all that, and how much of an importance does it play in like the chain as a whole. And then going back to my time at McGee, Dr. Domingo's lab got me interested with her neuromuscular rehab. I've set up patients on exosuits before, but never been involved in the research side of things, and that's something I'd really like to change. And so, in a nutshell, that's why I would love to attend SCSU's program, and thank you for considering me.